Drop the phone a second first record. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Short video this week, just because we've had bank holiday Monday, haven't we? And I was off yesterday, and Laura wasn't in. So. Okay, what are we doing? I don't know.
I'm wrapping up the Pets DLC for Culling Pixels, as well as doing some WooLoop sketches for the video game DLC for WooLoop, just to help lay out, hopefully get some cool designs done. That'll be the bulk of my week.
Yeah, I know that you'll be doing some of that, Lee. For Skystead Ranch, we have done the demo for the Farming Fest, so now we'll be working towards the alpha build, which we're hopefully going to do in about 2 weeks' time. So there's a few small changes that we want to do for that, but generally things are going to be the same, so it's just a matter of tidying things up, I think.
Okay, so another busy day for Culling Pixels. I actually did this image over the weekend, and I was really proud of this one. This is actually my family's cat and dog, and they all seem to sleep together, so I thought I would include that one in. I did already want to include an image that involved a cat and dog together, and I thought it would be a really cool example, as they're both black and white, so really enjoyed that one. But apart from that, today I've pretty much been jumping around doing some small images, and this one isn't too small, but I really like this one. This one's a little tortoise character. Well, tortoise pet, and there was no tortoises in the pet channel, and I really wanted to draw one because, you know, pet tortoises are sort of common, so I can't really get it in the pack, and overall it's looking pretty good. I don't think I'm going to come back to this one. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so the Pets DLC is fully finished now. It's all wrapped up in terms of my end. The last images have been sent over to Lee, so I'm sure he's having fun QAing them. And overall, I'm really happy with them. I finished off the last one with being a sort of growing up image of a dog, which was Lee's idea, which I thought was really cool. Just essentially the same, the same German Shepherd, just in 3 stages of its life. And I like the fully grown one the most, obviously. I may have went a bit overboard with the size of the ears, but it kind of works. German Shepherds do have really big ears. And for the rest of the day, I've kind of been working on something different. I've been doing some WooLoop sketches for the next WooLoop DLC, which is video games. Just getting some sketches in so we can start making some levels a bit easier. And overall, I'm quite happy with them, especially this one. I'm quite happy with this sort of flight sim look. As for now, I'm currently doing a really rough sketch of an old gaming chair, as Lee refers to it. And overall, it's coming along really nicely. I'm trying to go for a bit more of a neon sort of retro colour palette. So yeah, I'll carry on with that.
So it's been a day of Culling Pixels so far, so I've gone ahead and QA tested all the levels that Jack's made. They've all been corrected and put back in the build in the correct order, so smallest to largest. And yeah, it's quite a good pack, to be fair. Most of these are cats taken from the Discord as well, so these are all players' pets for the most part. So I'm sure those players will hopefully appreciate what they can find in the pack as well. But yeah, other than that, in terms of Culling Pixels, I've set off the poll for the next DLC. We've got 3 votes so far, but it's only just gone live, so hopefully we'll get a few more in before that's done. And as well as that, made a start on some of the achievement icons, but yeah, that's the next step, is getting achievements done. But I want to take a side step and get the vlog made for this week as well.
Okay, so now that the Culling Pixels DLC is done, it gives me a lot more time to do some sketches for the WooLoop DLC video games, and overall it's been quite fun. So this one was a suggestion by Rob, which is sort of like an RGB keyboard. It took quite a long time because I drew all the squares individually, whereas afterwards I thought that I probably could have just added an alpha mask and colored it myself, but in a way it's kind of nice because it kind of gives that hand-drawing look, which might come through in WooLoop extra nice. Which I really like this one. Hopefully the grey background appears nice in the actual WooLoop engine. And as for now, I'm kind of doing a sort of game cartridge that you kind of put into the old Game Boys.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
And I want something pretty good. I've got a few more things to do, so I'll kind of want to add in a sort of arrow down here, or something like this, so it shows which way it goes in. And I'm thinking, Rob had a suggestion that you would kind of like WooLoop to be in, in the DLC, sort of like a fourth wall break. So I'm thinking of adding the WooLoop logo here, so it's a WooLoop game cartridge, but we'll see.
So I've just wrapped up the rest of the Culling Pixel stuff today. So I've got the announcement post all scheduled for tomorrow. See, they've got the nice gif of the cat looking at the chips. It's quite a cute picture. So there's that one there, and then as well as that, I've got all the achievements uploaded as well. You see they're up there, they're all uploaded and working, so that's good. And then yeah, what I'm going to do now is head over to WooLoop because we have some more drawings from Jack and Laura. So I'm going to start getting some levels done so I can get that store page sent off as well.
Hello! Lately I've been working on some Skylet plushies so that the real Skylets can have little friends. So Fire made Shelly, Thor, Buttontail, Grizzle, and Spook. Yeah. Look how naughty Thor looks.
Okay, so mainly what I'll be doing this week and probably next week as well is just catching up on a bit of admin and then getting ready for the alpha. So hoping to plan, hopefully dropping the alpha some point next week, probably midweek. We'll probably start sending out some keys to our patrons who've also backed us a bit earlier than that. But yeah, I just need to go through the game and tidy everything up, get rid of all of the Farming Fest stuff, and then just make sure everything's just a bit neater and tidied up. So I'm going through this list we've got of game in progress on Trello, starting out with the bins, because there's a lot of functionality that we want for the bins. We actually want to be able to put items into the bin and then have them discarded. Some of these objects, like the statues, you want to make sure that they only appear if you actually have the game installed. Just a little nod, thank you for playing out of the games things. And then there's a couple of objects where it's just sort of like we want a quick animation. So if you or a Skylight interacts with the rocking chair, it would be cool if it rocked, right? Stuff like that. So it's a list of fairly simple things, but it's just going to take some time to get through them. So just working on the bins at the moment. I have implemented it a bit wrongly, but you can build a bin and then go to the shop, buy an item, like the carrots, and then the idea is that you drop it into the bin. And you want to make it so that we're not quite sure if it's like a period of time or what, but you should be able to retrieve the item from the bin after a period of time. So if you keep putting items in, then they'll get discarded. But like the last item, just in case you accidentally click on it and you don't want to bin something, you want to take it back out quickly. 5-second rule. But yeah, it's just opening up a couple of questions as well. So the Skylights can interact with objects in the game. In theory, the Grumble is going to come over and try and eat stuff out the bin, but we were talking about whether we want to actually have that or not. But yeah, so there's a few gameplay implications there, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, okay, so it's nearing that time again where we get some more Lego for the Siege thing. We're all going to pick teams next week, I think it is. So then whoever wins will get the Lego trophy. This is the edition this year. This time around, it's a little cute bird nest thing. I thought it was quite cute. Yeah, should be fun. Big thing with it this month is that it's actually in the UK for the first time. So I think me and Lee are actually going to the event in Manchester, so that should be fun.
Okay, so I've sort of been doing Skystead Steam page localization today. However, I have had the time to do a few more sketches for the video game DLC for WooLoop, and overall I'm quite happy with these ones that I've been doing today. They're a lot simpler in scale, but I think they really convey the video game theme really well. So the first one I did was sort of a generic looking health bar, like a sort of like an RPG game or a sort of platformer, which I'm really happy with. I had like an energy bar in here as well, just to give it a bit more of character. And overall, I'm quite happy with it. Hopefully it conveys quite well in WooLoop. And the second one was a sort of cheat code kind of image where it's just a series of input commands. And overall, quite happy with it. It's very simple. It was kind of just a copy and paste of just rotating them in different colours. But it looks pretty cool. Hopefully this one will look pretty good in WooLoop. And I've also added in some background colours as well to help out Leo Rob a little bit more as well, just so they sort of know what it's going to look like.
Yeah, today's been mostly a day around WooLoop. So I've got the next DLC store page. Finally made that live. That consisted of getting some more screenshots for the store page there, which also meant QA testing some of the levels that Rob had ready to go as well. So yeah, a bit of progress on the back end as well as getting the store page done. As well as that, I've gone ahead and managed to update some more of the achievement localization, which has been sort of an ongoing task for quite a while now, but I've only got 4 languages left to do. So yeah, it's very, very close to finishing that. And then other than that, just been going ahead and making some more levels as well. So Jack has shown off that he's been drawing more pictures, and that's going through and making that into an actual level there. So I've got the pins ready, just need to do the outlines, and that'll be another level done as well.
Today I finished making these 3 plants for these pots. I think I took inspiration from Italy maybe, for the orange tree. There's a romantic tree also for the other pot, and a simple green plant.
Guys, it's Friday.
Weekend!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy week. We're back onto the rest of the other games DLCs. So we've got the Pets DLC, which is coming out this week for us, which is last week for you guys. Make sure you check that out for Corner Pixels. As well as that, we have the WooLoop DLC that'll be coming out a week from now as well, which will be the video games DLC. We're just made a good start on that as well. So make sure you wishlist that and get ready for that being released. And for all you guys who've backed on Kickstarter at the relevant tiers, we've got the alpha keys coming out around now as well, as of time of this video. So check your inboxes and look for those alpha keys, and you can activate the game on Steam and get playing for everyone else.
Ooh. And yes, thank you to all our Patreon members, our Discord members. There was no stream this week, so I'm not going to thank anyone there. But thanks to
be a stream as this video comes out next
yes,
week.
thank you for you joined next week. Yes, and thank you to Rob's mum, because he always thanks my mum. So thank you to Rob's mum.
Oh, she'll really appreciate that as well.
Thanks, man.